But if we actually look at it very well, someone should observe that something is working now. That was not working yesterday. Nobody noticed that? Hello, are we together? Hello?
Yeah, it's good. Just that I wasn't in the class yesterday, so I'm just observing.
Oh, please, if you are in the class yesterday, can you be responding? Hello? So, none of the people here is in the was in the class yesterday.
Yes, I wasn't in the class yesterday. I missed the class. I had low battery.
I know, but there are other people here now. I know Raymond was in the class yesterday.
I too, I wasn't in the class yesterday.
Oh, wow. Mr. Raymond is not there. Who is this Credan media of the thing? I don't know. I'm just saying that for instance. Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Wesley.
Hello?
Evening, sir. I guess you were in the meeting yesterday.
Yes, I was in the meeting, but I didn't stay till the end.
Oh, all right. It seems most
I
people
left
here
towards
this night
the
they were
tail
not in
end.
the meeting yesterday. So how do we do now?
I was there. I left almost the end, at the end.
Okay. No problem. So for those people that were not in the meeting yesterday, how do we do now?
Maybe you will try and make the video available for us.
I think
Maybe.
our punishment is
Definitely the video will be available. It will be available. We're just trying to see how we can compress the video size so it won't be too big. All right,
Okay.
let's start. I will try and explain some little things as we start. So yesterday, for those people that were not around yesterday, is the site we were trying to design. Let me take it slowly. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the site we were trying to
yes, sir.
design yesterday, and we've done almost half of the design yesterday. And by now, for those of you that attended the class, they already know how to do something like this now. How to design a page like this, and this is the one we designed. You can see that they look alike, right? Hello, are we together?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, please, anytime I'm asking questions, just
Yes.
do it to be responding.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
they look alike. So, for those of you that were not in the meeting yesterday, be
yes.
wondering how were they able to do this. So, the first thing we did yesterday is to analyze the design. How were they able to put all these things together? The first thing we analyzed was this header area here and the nav bar. So I said that this nav bar have different components inside it of these links, and they were all in a row. So which means that we must have a container. We must have a container that actually puts all these guys in a row. Then we use a floating property, CSS property, to actually do this our nav bar. Then after that, we do this our header area where we display the text and the icon and the button. Then after that, we analyze this area where we have like three different components, where we have each component have another component inside it, where all of them are in a column and the three of them in a row. And after that, we analyze this one. We actually use different CSS property yesterday. So, but today we'll continue where we stop, but just follow. I believe that before we complete today's class, you'll be able to grab everything again. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, for those people that were not around yesterday, because we use icon, because when you look at our design here, you actually discover that this our bulb is different from their bulb here. because the icon we actually got from the icon CDN we used yesterday is different from their own icon, but it's still the same light bulb. Okay, so we look for background that will be darker, just like this one. When you look at our background, it's a little bit different from their own, but it's darker. Then we design our body, and we design these cards and this area, which looks like their own. All right, let's proceed. We are already 20 minutes behind. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. So the next one to do, or before I even proceed, let me explain something I did after the class. I think to correct the issue we're having with that shadow. Now yesterday we're trying to add box shadow on this particular div anytime you hover on it, and it was not showing. Then later on I later remember that we forgot a property that we should have used in our CSS, which is a positioning property. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So there's this positioning property that helps you to place your component or your container very well in your CSS. So this CSS position property defines the position of an element in a document. This property works with the left, right, top, bottom, and set index property to determine the final position of elements on a page. And the position property, this guy here, it has static, relative, absolute, fixed, and sticky value. So this, like we have the stick now, the static value is the default value for element. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document. So the reason why we're having that issue yesterday that we're not seeing this border box the box shadow here is because our positioning of the container is actually static and not relative. So that was the reason why the thing was not showing properly. So I have to change the position to relative. And we also have our another property called called absolute. So we'll be seeing this one as we proceed, so that I won't take more time explaining positioning here. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to explain the next area of design. uh Sorry, I guess that should be your network. Someone is saying that his screen is hanging somehow. Okay, so the next area we want to deal with now is this key set area. Are we together?
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
sir. Yes, sir.
so can someone analyze this key set area for us, the layout? How many column do we have? How many rows do we have?
So I'm yet to understand this one because it's still doing foreign to me.
It's looking foreign.
Yes, because I wasn't in the class from the beginning yesterday, so I'm just looking at it like
Oh,
it's strange.
okay. Any other person who can help us? Hello, who can help us
With what, sir?
with the layout
The
here?
network.
This layout, this key set layout area, like how many rows, how many column? Nobody. Okay, in order not to waste our time, let me just explain it. Now when you look at
Two.
this, okay,
Okay.
I'm listening.
2 columns, 3 rows.
I think 2 column, 3 rows.
3 rows, how many column?
Two, two
Two.
columns.
2 column. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me change the few ports and let's analyze it together. So this guy here, I'll actually say we have two rows of div, and inside the second row, the first row is the skill set which occupy the full width. Then the second row is the one that contains this our skill set, the HTML, CSS, which were divided into how many rows now? 3 rows and 2 columns inside. So which is similar to what he said. So let's design this page now. So we'll now go back to our HTML code. Mind you, we already defined our this is the last place where we stop. And okay, you close this guy yesterday. Okay, so now we'll be starting another area here which will be called skill set. Now mind you, the other time I've been using div, but this place I want to use section. You see, it will still give me the same effect, just like our div.
Your screen is hanging. Oh. Your screen is hanging. Oh.
Okay, let me stop sharing and start again. How about now? How about now?
Yes, I can see it clearly.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so I'm using section tag. I'm not using div tag. I just choose to use this section. I can as well use div, but I just choose to use this one now. So this is our skill set area. Let me give it a class. Skill set wrapper. Then inside it, I have 2 rows, right? Which means that I will have 2 div. And this one will be the one for the title. Let me just put h2 there. Then skill sets. So then after this guy, I'll have the skill set list. Skill set list. And then the div for that. So then I will have my skill sets. When you look at this page here, we have the title and the progress. So what type of HTML tag can we use to get this line here, this progress line here? Can anyone remember that?
Range.
Okay, that's input range. Yes, we can use that, but the best one to use in this case is I'll prefer what's it called, progress bar, progress rather. Nobody remember that? Hello.
No, sir.
Let me quickly show us where we use it. Please have your jotter by your side so that at least before we release the video to YouTube, you at least will be able to do some things with it. That's one of our class. I think should be this last class. Yeah. Okay, it's not inside there. Okay, can you see it here? Hello?
It's hanging
It's still
from here.
hanging. No.
Ah, Father of Grace. I'm coming. What can I do about this? Is it network or what? Hi, by now. Hello?
It's still hanging.
It's still hanging. Okay, I'm coming. Let me see if it's my system or the network. I guess it's the network that is actually causing that. It's not my system. Let me stop sharing and start again. Hi, by now.
Yes, it's showing now.
Okay. So I've copied the one we used in one of the CSS we did. That's one of our second class. So I'll be pasting it here now. Can you all remember this from our second class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's save it and see the web page. Alright. See how it appears here? But this is not what we want. It seems we were actually writing our code inside another code there. Very good. I know that something is wrong here. So this one should be outside. Let me collapse this guy here. And the wrapper. And okay. Let's save it and check it out. Okay, this way I want it to appear. So after that, now in our main design, that the one we're copying here, we have 6 skill sets, and here we only have 3, so which means that we have to define other ones and make it to be 6. So the first one here is HTML CSS photography. Sorry, permit me to be copying this text. Unable to copy this guy. Yeah, design. Then photography. Photography. Then yes, 70. And how we are still seeing the screen.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so the value of this one here is 100. So the maximum value here, let me change it to 100. So when you're using progress, you have to use the maximum and the value. So the range will now be between the maximum and your value here. So for this one is 80%, so this guy will be 80 here. This one I think is 85, and the value here will also be 85 because we are using 100 range. So then this guy is 90%, I guess. This guy also be 90%. This guy, I guess, is 75. Then this guy will be 75%. Then this guy is 75 and 90. I think it's 100. Yeah, 100%. Why this last one is 95%. Save it and check it. Can I still see the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Can we all see it?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to apply our styling to it, our CSS. So now this guy, let's give it a class. Then let's call it skis. Then I think we've already made this one to be ski set wrapper. Okay. So our styles, go down, then define your ski set wrapper. So the first thing, we give it a dark background color. So background color, I know that dark looks like greenish dark type of color. It should be this area. Okay, a little bit done. Okay, so then the color is white. And after that, the width be 100%. Then I want the position to be relative. And then after this, what else again do I want? Padding to be 20px, and I want the display to be a flex type so that I can adjust it to either center or left or right. So justification, center, and alignment of the items should also be centered. So after this, let's check it out. Can we see that? Nice, very, very nice. So let's just go down a little bit by increasing the width. So for the label now, we want our label to be 50%. That will be label, and also the progress bar, the progress tag, to be width 50%. That's what happened. Okay, so display of this guy here, let's make it to be block. Okay, okay, that's what I want. So now everything is in a horizontal form. So but what we want to get now, after we put them in a horizontal state, we want our ski now itself to be in a row form. Now we define a class called ski. Then I think this is keys. We call it let me just copy this guy here. Then flex direction, to make it to be in a row, use flex direction row. So why the flex direction for the main one will now be column. Sorry, flex direction, not flex. Then after that, let's check it out. Please, if you have any question at any point, let me know. Very good. Now when you look at this guy now, the content has actually extend beyond the parent container. So how do we cut it or control it? So for this key, let's first define the width to be 100% of the parent, and let's add border box sizing to this one so that the padding will not allow the width to go beyond the defined width. That's why we're adding the box sizing to it. Then for this one, we've defined the width. So for these other guys, let's define the flex. And make it half. Let's check. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not what we want. Let's make it 1. Then after that, we tell this guy that our flexing object can wrap. That's flex wrap. Then we choose wrap, so that when it gets to the edge of the container, it will just wrap to the next line. Okay, yeah, it's not still working. All right, let me just follow a simple process. Let's just divide into 2 columns. The first 3 here, we put it in a separate column. Then the last 3 guys here, we put this in also a separate column. Then the inside, let's just add a class to this guy. Key divider. So this one will now apply column 2, just like the way we see it. Wrappers, keys. Sorry. Okay. Then we have case. Let me just use this guy so that we know the preference. So inside this case now, we can now have our display property to be like this, while the direction will now be column in each one. Then I don't need this guy again. Oh, okay, let me just with width 100%. So then after that, which other thing again? Column. This one is in a row. Okay. All right, I think it's appearing the way we want it now. So after that, we add padding to it and margin to our label and progress stuff. So the first thing we do is to add it to this guy here, the parent scale divider. So margin, let's make it 30 px. And let's see how it appeared. Nice. So let's make the width flex 1. Very good. Can we see that? Hello, are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. I hope we are getting it small.
Yes.
This is what we are designing here.
Yes,
So we
sir.
want to separate these 2 guys here. So the best way to do it Since we are not adding separate div to it, we can just this guy here, progress, and just type only this progress and add margin button to it. So I will remove the label because I didn't want the label to have the same property, so only the progress. So margin button, and that will give us, let's add something like 50 psi, which will not be too much. Okay, very nice, very nice. So let's check their own work again. Okay, I think it's looking like it. So we can actually reduce the length of this guy here. I guess that the thing is too long, so we can reduce it. And I don't know why we have this side. Okay, why do we have this area and this area? Okay, let's go back. So we want to reduce the area. Mind you, the one that is containing all those skill sets is this case here, skills class here. So to reduce it, let's just reduce the width to like 70%. And let's check. Okay, it's nice compared to this guy. I think they're almost the same thing, right? So now if we should reduce the screen size, let's see what happened. Can you see that they've actually aligned to be in a column? All right, we've gotten this one just the way it is here, just the way it is there. So, and this color here, we can as well change this color, and the property we use for changing the color is called accent. Are we together?
Yes.
All right, God bless you, ma. So but before then, this dark area, I want the dark area to fill the whole with just like all these other ones. And let's see what we are doing wrong in our design here. Skill set.
Yes, we are together.
All right, thank you. Skill set wrapper. Skill set wrapper. Width. Width is 100%. So why is the width not reaching 100%? Let's see. Let's inspect our page. Inspect. So let's check. So which means this guy is actually inside one particular div that we did not close. So we have to go and close that div. That's why we're having that thing. Please, I'm coming.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go back. The issue is actually from our class here. So this particular toolkit wrapper, what is it? There's one particular div we do not close very well here. I guess that's what is causing the issue. Okay, let's add a position to it. We didn't close this guy. Let me open this guy. Close. It's close. It's close. It's close. I want to check which of these div we did not close. This guy is for another one. Yes, you are. This is div we did not close. It should now work as expected now. Very good. Can we see that? It has worked as expected. So the next one now is how we are all clear on this one. Hello,
Yes.
Hello, sir.
are we all clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay. So if you want to change the color of this particular progress now, you cannot use background color to change it or color to change it. There is a property called accent color. So we use it for special tag like progress, like some input, like input radio check button, uh checkbox type of button and the rest. So to do that, let's go back to our css here. So this is the one we want to use it for. You can just
You
copy
said the tag name is what? You said the tag name
accent
for the
color.
color
You will
of
see it. I will
that.
type it. It's
Okay.
accent color.
Okay, sir.
So I want to use it for all the even um all the even what's it called, all the even tag there. So let me just add it here, accent. You see that accent color, then you can use any color you want. Let me use orange. Let's check it out. Can we see that?
Yes.
It has changed. Then if you want to
Yes.
follow with the color we've been using, so you can use it for that to change the color. What I actually want to do is to give each one special color. So to do that, you can give it a class, since this one is affecting everything. So what you just do, but I expect this one to, I'm using pseudo class, so I expect it to change. So funny. All right, let me do it this way. Let's go back to our css, our item area, and give each progress here a class. Then I will call it p, that's p1. Let me copy and paste to other places. Then this will be p2. Then this will be p3, and this will be p4, so that I can apply different color to each one. And this will be p6. So I'll go back to my css. So instead of using this guy here, progress here, I'll just use that class p1, copy it in 6 different places. So for this one now, I want to use this one is 80. Let me use something close to that. um, let me use blue. Then this other guy here, let me use this color. And this other guy here, let me use orange. And this other color here, let me use green. And this other one here, let me use this color. And this one here, let me use red. So now let's check it out. Something is wrong.
Yes.
p3, p2, p1. Okay. Oh, devil is messing up with our code. p4, p5, p6, p3, p1. Why is the devil messing up with our code? Oh, sorry, I didn't change this one. I only leave it as p1. Thank God, devil did not pass through this code. Five and 6. We have, let me make it okay. I think it should work now. There's no devil in the code. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So but the percentage is not actually appearing, so you can as well put all this percent stuff here. You put it maybe in front of this guy here, something like that for everything. But in order not to waste our time, we'll leave it for now. We know how to do that later. So this is how to do that, and it's even looking more beautiful than their own here. Oh my god. So the next area I want to deal with now is this area. This area we have a professional copywriter, designer. We can call these people we can call this area professional area or career area, anyone. So to design this area, let's analyze it. We have a rounded area, this number background, and the text. So can someone explain how we'll get this one done?
The
This area, how can we do this area? Explain the layout.
this
Hello.
area that you put this range of numbers,
Yes.
um, we find it as a division. We make it as a division. Then we
Okay,
explain
let
the
me ask this
element
way.
inside the.
Let me ask this way. How many columns do we have?
Okay.
How many rows do we have?
Uh, I think
4 columns, 1 row.
How many what?
4 columns, 2 rows.
Okay, 4 columns, 2 rows. Is that correct?
2 rows.
Who is supporting that?
Is it for just number or including what is written on that?
Yes, it's 4 columns, 2 rows.
Okay. Who is not supporting it?
I'm not supporting it.
Okay, what's your own answer? What's the answer?
It should be 2 column 4 row. It should be 2 column 4 row.
Hmm.
2 column 4 row.
No. So those people that choose 2 rows 4 column, they tried, but I would say we have just 1 row 4 column, and inside each column we now have 2 rows. Sorry, 2 rows. Is that clear? We only have 1 row,
Yes, sir.
4 column, and inside each column we now have 2 rows. So with that said, we already know what to do. So let's go back to our code. We define the session under this guy, section, and the class for this session will now be profession wrapper or profession area, anyone you want to call it. Or let me just use this wrapper. Then inside this, since we have just 1 row, so there's no need of disturbing ourselves with another parent div again. We only need to declare our columns. So for our columns, sorry, what's the problem tonight? Sorry, I'm actually trying to fix my light here. Okay, div. So the first thing you do, because when you look at each column, they have similar arrangement, they have similar layout. So in that
Yes.
case now, so we will use one for the other. So we have to just get one right, and we copy and paste for the others. So this is our first column. So it has a number, so let's use one div for that number, 23, and the other one we have it to be what's it called, title or profession or title, anyone you want to use. So for this one, let's use number class number. Then for this guy here, class title, and that is the layout. And for the first one here, we have professional copywriters. So this is how it will look like. And with this, okay, let me give this one a class. Let me just use column direct. So then we'll now copy this guy into 4 places and change the number and the text. $65. And this other guy, 98. And this other guy, 45. So let's see what happened here. It will look very scattered. Nice one. So what's the background? The background is this I don't know the color, maybe green tea or what they call it. So let's go back to our CSS. So the parents class is professional wrapper, then why the other one is column and the numbers. So for this area, we want the background color to be that one they declare. Then we've already have it. Then we want the display to be flex, so that we can arrange all those columns in a row. So flex. If you discover this now, we've stopped using floating because it's easier to use this flex. So flex, then you justify the flex to be center. Then you align it to center, align item center. Then the flex direction will now be what? Row. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's check. You can see now all of them are actually in a row now.
This guy should off his mic, please.
Who is that? Sorry, who is that? Come, let me check. Okay.
This
Don't worry,
Abubakar guy.
I'll off it from here. Alright. So the next one now is our columns, number and title. So for our column, so the display will be flex, and the justification will be center. The alignment will also be center, alignment of the item, and the flex direction now will be column. That's all for this guy here. Then let's give it margin so that it will create spacing between them all. Margin, I want to apply the same margin to everything, 30px. That's all. Then for our numbers, for the title, for the number first, the number area. So if you observe it, it's actually in a circular shape. So which means that to get a round shape, your width and your height must be the same value if you want to get a correct circle. So that means that for that shape, the height shouldn't be more than 80px. Then the height 80px too. Then my border radius I want to give it 50% so that it will be very curved. Then after that, I want to give it padding 20 px. Oh no, okay, no, I'm not giving this padding yet. Then the background, I want it to be white, so I want to enter. Can we see that?
Yes.
But our number is not at the center. That's not a problem. So just use your display flex to put it at the center. Display, justify, and align item. That's all.
Yes.
Put it there, and it must hear the word of the Lord. Can we see that? So it's now at the center. So aside that, I want it to have a space above the text. So then I will now set the space but at the bottom. That will be 20 px. And after this, okay, I think that thing is even too big, but let me just leave it. After this, what else again? Let's check it out. Okay, we start again. So let's compare it with what we have here and what we have here. What's the difference here? Okay, now the text professional copywriters is actually is actually broken into 2 lines, right? So how do we do that? We can
Yes.
use BR, and we can also define the area which this guy will occupy. So in that case, I will now go back. We'll now go back to our column here, define it. Define the width. Let's say 200 px. So it will make it to adjust itself. Oh, this is bad. It worked, but the adjustment is very, very bad. So let's increase it a little bit to like.
Can we just break it in our HTML?
You said?
Can we just break it in our HTML?
Yes, we can break it, but let's see. Let's just try this one out first. I don't want us to go there because we can actually use CSS to do anything. Okay, it's not aligning very well. Let's see what is happening. Inspect it. Okay. Let's over on this guy. So this is our number here. So why is it not aligning very well, or why is our text not aligning very well? That's our title. Oh my. Okay, so what we can do about this is to define our class for this title too and align itself to the center. So there's something we call display. No, there's no need of display again. Just align self. So it will align itself now to the center. Then mind you, justify self too. Justify self to the center. Let's see. I expect it to change. Oh, not actually. Alright, let's go up and over on this guy. It's actually at the center. Okay, so after that, let's do something. Test align center. Very good. Done, right? Hello.
Yes.
So we've done it.
Yes.
So it's not always you use that break tag in your HTML file. You can always achieve anything with your CSS, and that's what we've done now. After we align the text to the center itself and justify itself to the center, we discover that it's not yet aligning very well. Then we discover that we still need text alignment. So that's what we later use finally to get it right. So we are through with this area. So the only thing we need to put in this area is our box shadow. Can we see that? Our box shadow.
Yes.
So when you hover on it, you see something like dark area under it. So what you just do, since that shadow is on the parent class here, the section here, so this is the one we'll now be using that for. Mind you, yesterday we treated something like over. When you hover on a particular area, you want the property to change. That's when you'll be using area property here, over property rather. So what do you want here? We want the box shadow to change. Then you define your box shadow. So the first one is the left and right stuff. Then that will be, let's use 5p, no, permit me to use 0px. Then the next one 12px, which is for the top and bottom. And the next one will be the intensity. Let's use 25px. And the next one will be thickness of the shadow. That's the fourth value. Let's use 5px. And sorry, how am I trying to write? Okay, the color I want to use for that shadow, let's use a fainted dark, like a gray color. So let's see what happens. We won't see it because there's nothing under, but let's create one section under it so that we can actually see it. Section, and let me just give this guy something we later remove. Style, height, 400px. Oh my god, what nonsense is this? Okay. Okay. Do you see that? Hello, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
To make it darker,
Together.
please be responding quick. To make it darker, just go to your CSS and reduce this color here. So let me just drag it down here to get a darker color. And if the spreading is too much for you, you can just reduce this 25, the third value there, to reduce the intensity. Do you see that? So let me reduce that 25 to 12 to 15 rather, and let's see how it will change the spreading. Do you see that? But I think that 25 is better. And if you think that is too, the thing is
Yes.
keep going down, you can reduce this value here so that it will come up a little bit and look styling. Do you see that? So this is how you achieve that. All right, let's continue. So the next area we want to work on now is this area, our theme area. It's just an array of pictures. So can someone analyze this thing for us? Hello, someone should analyze this layout for us, for this gallery, our
Yeah,
team gallery.
we create a section and we
Just tell us how many column
open
and how
our
many
image
rows.
tab. How many column? Four column and two rows.
Correct. We have 4 column and 2 rows. That's for the picture. What about the title? Is it not part of the rows?
We can okay. The title we have another div on top, or it might be
H tag, header tag.
P. Okay, header tag.
You can
Okay.
use header tag, you can use div. But now we are having, because of that, we are having 3 rows. Because that one will also be filling the whole screen, the whole width. This guy here. You get it, ba?
Oh,
So in that
yes.
case, let's get back to our work. So this place will now be, let me remove this guy. Class, and it will be called our team area. Our team, let me just call it our team wrapper. Then the first one, so we use H2 now. Let's use H1, and that's called our team. Then the next one is the column, just like we did for this one. There are actually the same thing. This first row and the second row is the same thing, just that they duplicate it. So for this guy here, div, and we have how many pictures there? 4. So image tag, then this guy will now be in 4 places. Okay, so we have it here now. Then let's define our okay, permit me to get some pictures there. um I think this is nice. With this, let me define this. Okay, there goes spoiler our work. Okay, this is better too. Alright, let me do justice to it. Kids, ladies, who are those people? uh these are pretty ladies, eh? Okay, this is better. Saving it. I hope we are still together.
Yes.
Who will borrow us our
Yes.
picture here? Anybody to borrow us our picture?
Nobody.
Ah, I love for ladies. Oh, I'm actually looking for a corporate something that is nice. Okay, I think this is nice. Okay, it's okay. All right, let's just go and copy our picture to our image folder. Oh, okay, it's not here. Okay. So let me change their name. The one, L1, then man one, M1, then lady two, lady three, then M2, M3, M4. Then M5. Okay, so let's go back to work now. So we have all the pictures we need. Assets, assets, when we get one thing,
images,
tend to forget how we get
M1,
it and start to look for the
and
thing that is higher, and we are not being grateful for the one we have now. So one thing just that, don't always look at the one you don't have, or those people that have more than you, or those people that have what you don't have, but be
M2,
grateful for the one that God has done first, and you will see him, he will continue to multiply it. Be
M3,
grateful for the one you
and
have.
this guy will now
Sometimes I'll
be
just be in a house, I'll just be singing praises to God. 1 hour I'll be dancing and be singing
L1.
praises alone. I'm telling you.
Alright,
And do you
so we
not
now
know
copy this guy now and
one
put it
man
in the
said
next
something,
next
Charles
line,
GVD, and what's his name
and this
now?
guy will now be this
He
our
said,
L
when you want
change
to
to
ask for forgiveness of sin, don't just say, God forgive me. Mention the sin one after the other.
change to L.
Yes, sir. The
This one
same
will
thing
change to
applies to praising God. When you want to
M4.
thank God, don't just say, God, I thank you. God, I appreciate. No. Mention that particular thing you are thanking God for. Especially those ones that you know.
This year, I started in this year. Since this year, I've been having that mind that this year I've been asking about four particulars. If I'm asking is, one man will say, Abba, keep
M5.
quiet. And all of them go work give you as one. That thing I
Alright,
will say,
we have our
I
pictures.
see the
Let's
God
check
will
it
do.
out.
But once you just say, come on, continue asking God.
So everything
If
is
I
scattered.
continue thanking Him for
Mm-hmm.
it, in
Can
fact,
we see
even
that?
this job came,
The
I
best
don't even
Now
the
let's
understand.
go
best
back
way
to
to
our
thank God.
Yes.
CSS
I
and
have
adjust them.
forgotten about it.
The
I
best
have
So
totally
we have
forgotten
uh,
our
about it.
parent
I was like,
section class here, which is
just
our
let's use
team.
my certificate. Bless me with my handwork. That was just my prayer. I said, God, this year and this year, something must
do you know
happen.
that
And
do
we
you know
want the
that it's
display
possible for you to get married
to
this year
be flex,
and you do your wedding APK
and
this year?
the
Abi,
justification to be
I'm sure
center,
he will later come back to me
then the
that he said he has said
alignment
it.
to be center, then
Abi,
the flex direction to be column,
I tell you.
then up.
Mm-hmm.
I want the position to be relative. I want the width to be 100%.
Don't worry.
And you want a padding. Okay, let me just leave a padding out for now. Alright,
No.
so let's see how it will appear. Okay, those
Let me
pictures
tell
will
you
still be
something.
messing
It
up.
doesn't take God eternity to do what is
Yeah,
eternal.
it'll be messing up.
It's not
Alright,
about being
let's go
division.
down.
There are some people that have
So
been doing
after
wedding
this,
for 7 years
we have
and nothing
our,
came out of it. And
we
some
even
people
give
they
it a
just cut
class
for
here.
3 months or 6 months and they do their wedding
Oh,
and
this guy doesn't have a
they
class.
take this country to another country.
Class. So
So it's
image
not how far, it's how well.
area.
You
So it will
understand?
be the same
So
property as
one
this
thing
guy
I
here,
have
the one we
always
have here.
known about God is that God can overtake and overturn.
Class,
So
and
if you
come back
think some
here,
people have been running ahead of you,
declare it.
far ahead of you,
So
don't look at them.
we have the same
By the time God
stuff
will move you,
as this
you
guy
look
here. The
at the
only thing
speed
we'll
of
not
light,
have there is the,
and they will not be the one to be envy you.
then this guy will now turn to rows
Okay,
now.
what if you have married and you have
Sorry,
died?
row, not
What will
rows.
you do?
Then this
What
width we
if you have
remove it, we don't
married
need it.
and you are not enjoying the
Then
marriage?
we need
What will you do?
okay,
There
that's
are
all for
many
this
people
guy.
in a marriage now that they wish they are not in a marriage, that they are single.
Let's save it and see
So
how it
that's
goes.
why in everything you have to be appreciating God. Your time will soon come.
It's still scattered. So let's define the
Yes, sir,
width
your
for our
time will
images.
soon come. I have
IMG.
some of my friends that what they are
So
earning,
width, we don't want the
don't let
width to
them
be more
mention it.
than
But not
250
knowing,
maximum,
I know that the
and the
position
height to
I
be
am currently now, some people are still praying for it.
252. So I think
Yes,
it's okay.
yes. So in every
Can we see that?
situation, you have to be appreciating God.
However,
Yes.
Don't let
there is a
any blessings of
spacing
God
between this
to be so
picture, so
small in
we
your
have to add
life.
margin to it to space it.
Don't
Margin,
allow any blessings of God
let's
to
use
be
20
small.
pixels.
Wow.
Anytime God does it, ensure you remember to appreciate God for it.
Okay, so when we look at
And
these
in
images,
fact,
they
don't just
actually
tell
have a
God that
curved
thank you for
edge.
doing this.
So in that case, we
Remind
have
God
to add
that
a border
you
radius to
pray
it.
for it and He did it.
So border radius
Like God, I remember that I told
10 px.
you, I asked you for this and you did it. Appreciate it specifically.
Can we see that?
You always make God to
Body.
be aware
Okay,
that
let's increase
you
our
are
curve a little bit.
acknowledging everything He's doing in your
Let's
life.
make it
As He's answering your prayer,
twice.
you are acknowledging it. Don't tell Now when you look at some picture actually looks as in shrink together. So how can we restyle it so that the picture will be looking very well? So instead of this shrinking picture here, we just define another CSS property using what we call object fit. So we can either use cover, contain, veil. So let's use this fill. The fill property here should work. Okay, it's not working. So to quickly check that out, the one that works best, inspect the page. uh, so after you inspect the page, let's be change this property and see the one that work. Right, checking it out. So it seems cover actually work very well. Yeah, can you see that the pictures are not shrinking together again? So which means that we have to change this object fit property to cover instead of fill. Nice one. Then we have our theme here. So this our h1 tag. We can actually style it too. Is in under image? No, it's not under image here. It stands alone. H1 tag. Then this will now be, let's just add padding. Let's say for the top and bottom, let's make it 50 px. While for the left and right, let's make it auto. Seems this guy is not working. Let me increase it to 100. It's not working. Why is it not working? Let me check. Probably we don't use h1 there. Our theme property h1. Okay, theme property h1. Okay, it's working now. Make it 50. Oh, nice. Can you see that?
Yes.
Any difference there? No. So there's this property they added to this one. Whenever you hover on the first row of these images, it shows the box shadow here, and when you hover on each images, it's showing a kind of overlay there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So how do we achieve that? Problem don't come.
Add colon over to our image.
Okay, let's try that out and add background color to it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try that. Background color. So we want the color to be RGB A so that we can add a transparent property to it. Let me just use this guy. So then I will go and change the color here. Okay, mind you, this is the area you can use to change the transparency level. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see it if it will actually work. If it works, we are lucky. Sorry, it doesn't work. Okay, could it be that it's our CSS that is not correct? Okay, let's check another property like border, and this border will be 2px solid, 2px solid, and that will be the color of the border. To just know if it's our tag is actually working, but background color cannot work with image directly like that. All right, so what do we do to achieve that? Which means that we have to put this our image inside a tag that we can use to style it. And how do we go about that? So let me just do that. We can actually use div tag, then we give that div tag a class so that we'll be able to give it that property, over property. So let me just apply to all of them here. So you can't just give a image property that over effect for background color. Background color doesn't work on over effect for the image area, the image and tag. Though you can apply every other tag like border color and the rest, but for the background color, it will not affect the image area. So how do we go about that? We add another tag here. Let's add div tag. Oh, sorry, let's add span tag, because we are not actually doing something special with the div tag here. Okay, let me copy this closing tag. Okay, all right. Someone will be wondering, how am I able to do that at once? Is anybody wondering that? Nobody. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you are wondering how I'm able to do that. So to do it on your
Yes, so
VS Code, what you do is that when you click on the first cursor area here, then you press and hold the Alt key. Then you continue to press till you reach the last place. So all these places, when you type, it will appear at once there. You see that? And when you want to copy also, then you can move your cursor here. Then after that, I just did Shift, then the arrow key to select. Then I do it Ctrl C to move it to this other side. That's all. And Ctrl V to this other side. So now let's use this span now tag, the span tag, to now control it. So this guy now will change it to span instead of image, and we'll remove this border here. So let's see what happened. So the tag is only covering the area and not the what's it called, the picture itself, but we want it to cover the picture itself. So let's add something like property here, position, and the position of this one too, our picture should be relative. Oh my god. So another way to bring it to the front is by adding what we call set index. It will bring it to the front from the back. So let's say 100 px now. Oh my god, that's not working. So how do we go about this? How do we go about this? There's something we call overlay styling. So what we use for this guy here is overlay. So there's something I will do. Let's go back to our item area. So I will change all this div, all this span to div. Then I will create a span inside that div. Alright. I actually use Ctrl D to select all the span. I highlighted one, then use Ctrl D to select every related tag to that I want to replace. So inside this div tag now, oh, let me select all this guy here too. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, then good. Alright, so let me select this guy too, so that's okay. Let me select just this guy. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, then at the back I'll take it down. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. So I want to put a span tag here, or let me just use div tag. So this div tag now, inner div tag, is what we will now use to do the overlay property. Okay, let me just define a class, call it overlay. Are we together? Hello.
Yes, and we are together.
All right. Sorry, I'm actually doing something on my phone. Okay, so I think we are done with this, and let's tie this area here. Class. Image. Let's just put image here. All right, I think that's true. We are done with that. So inside our CSS here, let's define something for our So let's define something for this one. Sorry, span over. Okay, what do we do? Define there. We define it to be overlay, and we have the image as a parent. Alright, so this position now will not be relative, it will be absolute, and the width will be inherit. You use the parent width, and height should inherit the parent height, the one we define for the parent, and position. Okay, after this position, let's use top 0 and left property to be 0, so that we start at the top and the left side. Okay, we are not getting it. Have we saved this guy? Overlay. So this parent doesn't really have height and width. So let me use something like sorry, I'm coming. Okay. Out of my belly shall flow river, rivers of living water. It didn't spoil our work. You know, go grey. Then this guy too should be here. Then what is it again? Buffalo Eden. Then inherits that parent width and height. We save it. Okay, nice, we got it. So these are overlay now. It's only the time we want to over on it that it will show, like the way it's appearing now. So for this one now, we don't want anything like that to display, so our display will now be null. If you set your display property to be null, that particular container or content will not display anything at all. It will not show on your web page, as if it's not even there. You see that? So we now, after that, when you over on this image, that's when we want this overlay to show. Oh my god. So dots. Oh my god, this is a work of JavaScript. How do we go about this? 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 Okay, we already have it here. Let's try this out. It won't work. Oh my goodness. Display block. This guy is messing up with us, and there's nothing we can do about this now. I'm coming. Let me save the. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. This effect is actually mostly done with JavaScript. I'm only looking for a way we can actually do this with our HTML property. Okay, let me copy this guy here. 1, 2. Oh, very nice. We can get it done with our CSS too. Just that the display will be no, or rather, the background will be transparent. The background color will be transparent. Background color transparent. So when you hover on it, the color will now show. Very good. Oh, that's nice. Are we still together?
We are together.
I'll save this one. I think I'll save it now. It should work. Display. Let me remove this display. And let's see how it works. Oh, this guy is still messing up, but it should work now. I'll come in place. It should work now. Background. Okay, let's change this background to see what is happening. Black. Okay, shows that is there. Oh, sorry. This is what is causing the issue. Our over should be in front of our overlay here. Is the one we are actually giving over effect. All right, we got it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Just that their own is a little bit darker, so we can go and increase our transparency level. We can do it. So let's make this one to like 7.5. Right? We did it. Though it's easier to do this with JavaScript, but with this one too, we've done it. So that's how you can actually do your overlay property. So this effect you are seeing here is kind of is called overlay. Let me explain how I thought of that. Now when you look at this property inside this overlay, you discover that I declare our position property to be absolute. This absolute will make it to assume the position of the parent div, like the beginning and the end. Let me say the width and the height of the parent width. Now we've already declared the width and height to be the size of the parent height and width. So the next one is to make the position of that particular of this overlay container to be absolute. Anywhere the parent div is, the position should also be the position of this overlay. Then I declare the top to be 0 and the left to be 0, so that it can adjust very well to the parent container. So that's why it puts top and 0 to be left. And the background at first will be transparent. You just look as if there's nothing there. When you look at it here now, you won't see like there's something there, but by the time I hover on it, then the color will now will come up, and you'll be able to see it. And the color we are using is a transparent one. That's why we use RGBA type of color property, and we use this last value here to control the transparency and this transparency level. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. If I ask you to do it, can you do it?
No really, sir. Yes, sir.
Then it's not clear yet.
This
It
thing
is
we need more
clear.
Yaza.
Really
I
clear,
got
but
confused along the line.
Okay. All right.
I believe if we watch the video, it is going to help our mother.
Okay, no problem. So let's go
I
back
think
to
so.
our HTML and see the way it's being done. Now, I created this div because the first one we did doesn't really have this div class called image. and we discovered that when we want to hover on the image, we need a kind of overlay effect on it, and we cannot give over effect to our image to change the background color to achieve that. So that's why we now look at it that, okay, what can we do? Okay, let's put this image inside another div, which is this one, and have another div inside it, another container inside it. So by so doing now, we believe that, okay, we can actually control this overlay div here now. There's nothing inside the div. Overlay div here now to assume the position of the parent div, which is this image class here. Then at that point now, this one will now be it will now overshadow this other image here. And when you look at the CSS style that I use here now, I use the set index property to bring it to the front, so that it will be at the forefront of that parent div, which is the image class.
Your screen
Okay, is skipping now.
is hanging.
Okay, let me stop it and start it again.
Hanging.
Let me share again. Can we see it clearly now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually explaining this our HTML arrangement again. That the reason why I added this overlay div here now, this div tag is just empty div. The only thing I added to it is just a class called overlay, and this class I make it to have a property that will make it fit to the parent div here, which is the image class here. So, and I added some properties like take note of this position here, absolute, and take note of this position here, this property is set index. Now let's see what will happen if I change this absolute to relative, so that you understand what the absolute is doing there. So I've changed it. You can see now that it's not showing again, because the position is actually assuming is should be below this image, and because of that, the thing is actually making it to be at the back. Is that clear? So for us to make it to assume that position we want, which is relative to the parent, it should be absolute, exact position, exact parent position in the page. So that's why we use position to be absolute, and it's working. So let's continue and quickly finish up. So we are done with this area. Okay, there's this effect here, which is a box shadow effect. So let's go and add it. So we know that one is to each row here. Someone to enter.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. If your
Your
network
screen is not showing.
only you, or is it for everybody?
It's showing here.
The screen is showing.
I guess you have to join again, sir. Just
Your
log out
screen
and
is
log in again. Okay, so let's add this shadow effect. So our shadow now, when you look at it very well,
not showing.
It's not showing again.
It's not displaying.
Okay, let me stop sharing and start it again. Is it showing now?
Yes.
Okay, so when you look at this over effect here now, it's not on each this shadow, this shadow now is not on each image, it's actually on each row. Do you get that? So to achieve that, we now go to our styling here, and we already know the class we use for each row, which is the image area, to get the two rows. So we just go back to our CSS and apply the box shadow to that one. Okay, this is it here. So, and the shadow is only showing whenever we hover on it. So this one will now have over effects, and that will be box shadow. So have that shadow effect. Let's just go and copy the value we added to the other one the other time. This guy here. And that's all. Let's check it out. Can you see that? Can you see this now? Hello, are we seeing it?
No, we can't see it. It's hang.
Yes, it's hanging.
It's because I'm coming to this screen all the time because of those people joining again. How about now? Can you see it now?
Yes. Yeah, we
Okay.
can see it.
Can you see the effect now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But this one here is actually covering the full width of the page, right? So let's see how we can achieve that. So we have to go back to the parent div. Okay, we didn't have any padding here, so let's make the padding to be 0 so that that one will not have any effects, and the margin to be 0. So this area here now, we now make the width to be 100%. So let's check that now. Can we see that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So now
Yes, sir, we can see it.
it's now the same effect. Deliver on it, it shows. Alright, let's move on. So the next area now is this think out of the box area. I believe someone should be able to explain this thing for me now, how we can achieve this. Hello? Someone should tell us the layout of this area. Think out of the box area. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Alright, someone should explain the layout.
It will have a div, and inside the div we will create a paragraph.
Just tell us how
First
many
of all,
column and how many rows.
it's just a row and 3 columns.
Hmm. A row and 3 column.
Yes, that's for the text area.
Okay. Is anybody supporting that or against it? If you're against it, let us know, and if you support, let us know. Anybody?
It's
I
three
think it's
rows.
a row. It's
I mean,
the
two
entire
columns.
thing is a row,
Okay.
but it is now splitted into
Three
two
rows.
columns.
Okay.
One of the column is splitted into three,
Oh,
and
God
the other
bless
one
you.
is just one.
God bless you. God bless you. Can we clap for her, please? All right. So the area is actually one row, and we have 2 column inside the row, and one of the column that is having text now have 3 rows. That's just it. So let's get our picture. I need transparent. I hope nobody is trying to join the meeting. Oh, I pray this was will not cause this screen to be skipping again. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Transparent phone. So the other guy that actually first gave us the layouts also tried, just that I didn't get it correctly. Oh, thank you, Google. All right. I think this guy is having transparent background. No. Oh, let me try it out. Very small, but let's try it out anyway. I need something better than this. No, this. Oh, nice. Very small. Let's say transparent background phone. Okay, this is nice. Let me look for another one in case. All right, I think this one we've gotten is enough. Let's go to our download. We have 1 2. Let's go back. So here we have phone 1 and phone 2. All right, so now let's go to our HTML and section. So a new section now, and the class for this section can be called, let's see, think out of the box. What can I use for this place? So that name is too long. Out of box. Okay, so we have just one row, so there's no need of creating any div around it again. So we only need div for this text and this for the div for the picture. 1. This picture set doesn't need, okay, let's use div for it. Then this one will now have our image. Then this place will now be asset. No, why is this thing like this? Image, then phone. Let's try this one first. And this is our test area. Let's call this class image wrapper, and this place let's call it content wrapper. Then inside it we have what type of content, the title, which you can use h24, and the paragraph and the button. So the first row here is the title a2, the second one is paragraph, which is the text, and then the last one is the button. So let's just use div for this one, div, and the class will now be button. Okay, so and what's inside the button? Okay, let me just copy the text. Think out of the box, read more. Read more. Then this one is think. The box. All right, so we are done with the stuff. So we have content area, and inside it we have h1 and p and our button. Then we also have the image area, nice one, and we have the main section class to be out of box. So let's check it out. Thank God our phone is actually transparent one. So let's go back to our styles and start it. So for the main section class, we have it to be displayed as, the first thing is width 100% to fill the whole width. Then after that, display to be flex. Then justify content to be center, and align item to be center. Then after that, we flex the flex direction now will now be row. Then I think that's all for this. Then the next one is the test area, which is what do you even use there? Content wrapper, I guess. Okay, content wrapper. So, and inside our content wrapper we have h1. H1 we always do its work, but you can as well, okay, no, for this one we want it to be in a column. So let's just copy this guy here. So this justify content, now I don't want the information, both the image and the text area, to be at the center. I actually want to put a space around them. So you can use another property called, we have space around, space between, and space evenly. So what I will use now is space evenly instead of center for this justify content for those two div. So here now will now be display flex, yes, for other things inside it, while the flex here will be 1. So display here, this display flex and justify center align item is for the h1, the paragraph, and the button. So this one will now be display direction column. All right, so let's copy this guy here, and for paragraph now, sorry, paragraph is not a class, just a tag, so that's why we are selecting it directly without putting dot. So we want it to have a padding of 20 px all around, and we want the color not to be a dark color, too dark, so we want it to be a little bit fainted. That's the color we want to use for that. And for our button, I think we've already created one button yesterday. For those people that are here today, let me just recreate it again. Button. So for this button, you want the height to no more than 80 px, and you want the padding now. The padding for the top, the padding I'm always using for the left and right. Anytime I want to apply it to just different value to top and bottom and left and right together, I always use 2. So the first value will be 10 px. This 10 px is for the top and the bottom, while the next value will now be for the left and right. Let's say 30 px. That's all. And the background of this guy will be dark color, while the color of the button will now be white. Okay, let's check it out. It's looking nice, but not too nice. So let's start our image area. We just finished the content. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so image wrapper, and this is a class, so it must have a dot. So image wrapper is for the image now. So what of the first thing we'll do is we'll make the flex to be 1, so that it will have the same size as this other content wrapper here. That will be 50%. That's why I put flex to be 1 here. So after that, then what is it again? I think that's all for this. Should we give it a padding? Let's give it a padding small. Padding should be let's say 10 px. Then we don't want this padding to increase the width we've already defined for it. So in that case now we use box sizing to actually solve that problem. So box sizing will not allow the padding to increase the width, so it will be inside it. So border box sizing, border box. So after that, the image now, how do you want the image to appear inside this guy here? So we want the image to be image img. So we have our object fit, so that we can declare the object will fit into that image wrapper. So it should be cover. That's all. Let's check it out. Oh ho. But this our image is not appearing where it should be appearing, and it's looking very big. Okay, so let's define the width fit content. I pray this guy will work. Let's the height, just inherit the height from the parent, inherit from this image wrapper, the height of this image wrapper. Okay, our button is not working very well. So this is our button now. Let's look for a way of earning very well. Let me just put it at the center. Where is the button? Button display center, and after that, so box sizing too, box sizing, other box, then border radius to make the edge to be curved. So this one I will not be using 50%. It's not a circle, so I'll just use 30px for the curve. Okay, but this guy is too big, so that means that we reduce our px here. Okay, let me reduce this guy to 50 and see. Nice. All right, so whenever we hover on our button, we want the button color to disappear. I want to show an outline type of button, so it should just be border color that we need. So let's remove all this guy here, and the background color now should be white. Why the what's it called, the border color now should now be, that will be 2px solid, and the color now we use this color here. Okay, so I think that should be working now. Anyway, oh sorry, I didn't add the over effect to this guy, so it actually overwrites the first one we declare. All right, oh, the color also needs to be changed, color to this black color now. Very nice. All right, so the next thing we have to do is let's check what we are actually designing. Okay, when you look at the way this guy actually arranged, the alignment is not center, the alignment is actually to the left. So we have to change for the content here now. The alignment we put here is center, we have to remove it and use something called flex start. That will make it to be at the left side, flex start, instead of center for the align item. You can see all of them are actually at the left now. Okay, so the next one now is the padding. These are, when you look at this place here, you can actually see this padding here and this padding here. So let's go and add the padding to the main wrapper here, this one. So, and that will be padding, let's use 100px round, and box size, it should not increase the width with divine, so you have to always put that box size in there. Nice. So then there's no need of this padding that I added to the content area again. What is it? Content area, sorry, my paragraph rather. Where's our paragraph? Oh, okay, this is it, 20px. You don't need it again. Nice one. Okay, then for our paragraph, it will have margin top and margin bottom, upper, anyone want to use. Then the height should be the same thing with this one. So let's add margin to this guy. Margin for the top, we want it to be like 50px, and for the side we want it to be 0px. That's left and right will be 0, while top and bottom will be okay. But there's still a problem somehow. Okay, when we use this, when we change this stuff, is aligning very well, but when it's in a full screen, the alignment change. So which means that we have to define a specific height for our image. We have to define a specific height for our image. So how do we go about that? Okay, so let's go. Now we'll now be defining the position of this image, position relative, and top to be 0. Let's see how it look now. Okay, heights, let's use something like 400px, so that it will always be okay. And another thing is that we want this image to be at the center of its parent div here, so let's use display flex and the rest for it. I'll remove this padding here. We won't need it again, and this box size, and won't need it again too. So that's for that. Nice one. All right, I think we've gotten it right. Right? Is that clear? Have we gotten it right?
Yes. Okay.
It is well. I think everything is flowing right. So let's see other effects they added to this place. Okay, see that box shadow, and that will be to the main parents stuff here. This guy here. This is the one we'll be adding the box shadow to. So let's just go and copy the other one we use. Where is it? When you over on it, you should have this. Do you see that?
Sir.
Alright, it's working now. Okay, so the next one. Oh, our time is fast spent. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's quickly do this one before we round up. I think other ones you can actually do it yourself. It's just repetition of what we've done.
Yes.
Okay, so before then, let's do this one. So someone should analyze this place for us, the layout. How many column, how many rows? Hello? Are we together?
Yes.
Someone
Yes,
should just
sir.
tell us the layout for this area. How many row, how many column?
4 columns, 3 rows.
Okay, another person. She tried. Are we there? Another person should try. Just imagine how this thing has been arranged and how the div will be. How many layouts?
This one is one column, but inside the one column, abi, one row,
Continue.
and it's one row.
Okay, one row,
And
yeah.
inside the one row, it has 3 columns.
3 or 4?
I mean, 4 columns,
Okay,
and each of the 4 columns has three rows.
correct, perfect. Hello, did everybody get that?
Yes.
Okay, so we have one row,
Yes, I'm
and
ready.
inside the one row we have 4 columns, and inside each column we have 3 rows. All right, so let's go back to our work. I think I have to be very fast here, so which means that I might not do much talking. So we only have one row, so there's no need of using another div. And inside, so I just have to declare one column div first. So for this guy, we have icon, we have number, and we have reaction, which is likes. Okay, so the first one, div, and then I'll call this guy icon, and the second one, call it number, then the last one, div, let's call it reaction, as reaction. Okay, so for this guy here, there's a place we use icon, the other time yesterday. So let's copy the effect. We've already included the CDN that will make the icon to display here. We copy it from their side, Photoshop side. This is the CDN here, and there's a way you include it. Okay, this is a sample here how you include your icon. Just copy this one from this I tag to this closing I tag here and change the name. That's what we want to use now. I'll copy it and paste here. So for this icon, I'll paste it here. So we are not using light bulb, we are using love, and that love icon is just art. The name is art. So for this number, I think I saw 45k plus, and for the test I saw likes. Okay, so let me copy this since they are actually similar. Each column they have the same thing. I mean 4. Okay, so let's check it out. Likes, then shots. And this one is user icon and camera icon with message icon. Okay, we have a user icon, user, then this other one is camera icon. If you don't know the name, you can actually Google it. And the number here, we have 5447, 5447, and the text here is shots. And the last one, the icon is comment, 654, 654, and this guy is comments. So then comment SMS. Then we have shares to be the test. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, we got our icon correct. And what's the color of the icon self? Okay, just transparent, and the outline is white. All right, so let's tie this our guy again. What can we call that area self? What can we call it? Reaction. Let me call it reaction area. Reaction wrapper. Are we still together, please?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me just translate this guy now. And okay, the first thing is the width, 100%, and the second thing is the display. I can't be typing. Let me just copy the one I've done here. The display will be flex, content center, then align it to be center, then the direction, because they're in a single row, so it will be in a row. So that's for this. And for which other one now? Okay, we have the parent div. Okay, we didn't give this guy anything. Let me add a class to it. Let me call it column. And yeah, I want to have dots, column. Then you have it, the display to be like this. Why the direction now will now be column? It's because we want it to be in vertical, not horizontal. Then center, center, center. All right, and then this guy, okay, it's okay like this. Then our icon, see color now, transparent, then border, border to px solid, and this. So, and others again, I think it's actually white. This is a background color, I think it's white. Then our main wrapper here is the one that is having that color background. Something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere. Transparent color. Okay, let's give this guy width. Colon width. Or better still, let's make it flex. 1 Oh, this floating. Flex. I can't see anything here. What's happening? Did I change the color? Okay. Color. FF. Yeah. Reaction. Okay. Sorry, are we still together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, together, sir.
We have to inspect this guy. I don't know what is happening here. Icon, number. Why is it not showing? Okay, something is wrong. Okay, let me go back. Oh, sorry. This is where the issue is coming from. I wanted to type icon instead of colon instead of icon. Okay, it's showing now. And this icon here, let me remove the transparency and this guy from itself. Okay, we have it here. So we just have to increase the test for our reactions and sorry, we'll soon round up now just to complete this area. Reaction dogs. Then the same style for the number area. No, the number is actually bolder. Number. In this place we have the font size to be 32px and the font weight to be 600, and for the reaction we just have the font weight to be 600 and okay, nice. So here we now go back to this place and make the main reaction padding to be 100px. Then box sizing to control the expansion. Alright, then after that our middle is our reaction number here. That will be margin top and bottom. That will be 30px and left and right will be 0px. Okay, I think we almost get everything correct, right? Hello, are we together?
The size of the reaction is smaller.
It's small, right?
Yes.
Yes, I observed that. So let's make it 24px, and after that let's change the text transform to capitalize so that each word can be capitalized there. Okay, I think it's okay now.
Yes.
So we got it right.
Yes.
Okay. Don't mind their picture. They actually cut their picture somewhere. That's why it's not showing the bottom of this guy. And as well, we can actually push this one up. To move this one up now, probably to be covering area here, what you just do is margin. You go to the main reaction here, this reaction wrapper here, then you declare a margin, a negative margin to shift it up. That will be margin top, and you can use negative margin 1 minus 100px. That will be shifted upward with 100px. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if you want our image to increase above that, you can just, where's our image area here? Image wrapper. Okay, is it here? And image itself. Okay, we want to give you something higher. Let's say 700, and we want the space to be absolute to start where this on parents is starting from. It has spoiled our work. It has spoiled our work. Okay, where is the parent? Position relative. Okay. All right. So let's move this guy backward. How do we do this? Let's inspect it and do it from here. Okay. So we know what to remove now. So this guy, we can just remove it to assume the normal original stuff, and this top 0 we remove it, and that's all. Can we see that?
Yes.
So another thing we can do here now is, we want this guy to be behind this other what's it called, other section there. So we can just reduce the set index for this, probably 10, and add set index to this section here to be more than that 10. Let's say 15. This guy no grey. Okay, no problem. Does this one have position? No. Position relative. You know one grey. Can we see that? So always use your position
Yes.
to ensure your styling is actually well
Yes.
placed. So which means that we've actually achieved this guy here, right?
Yes.
So another way to actually curve this guy instead of using that method of positioning or shifting this, instead of using this method of shifting this guy upward, is to use overflow hidden. So anything that go beyond its container should be cut off. So we can achieve that by going to our out of box here. You see out of box? Yes, out of box here, the main out of box wrapper here. Then do overflow hidden. Then after that, let's remove this minus this negative margin here and see what happens. So now this guy is not well cut now, but we want to still cut it. So let's just go up here and define the height. Can we define the height for this out of box? Okay, this out of box now, I use padding here to be like this. Okay, let's reduce the bottom padding bottom to be, let's say, 30 px. You see that?
Yes.
So which means that
Yes.
we've achieved this cut they did here. So the only thing we've not added to this guy, I guess, is the what's it called, the over
Box shadow.
effects, the shadow. Oh, the shadow is there, so we have to increase the set index now. Let's say 100 px when you go on it. And oh, okay, this guy is not even having position, that's why the shadow is not showing. Add the position relative to it, and we will see it showing now. Oh my god, it's not showing. What? It's showing. Okay, it's showing at the top, but it's not showing at the bottom because of this other one here. So let's look for a way of handling that. I will increase it to 1000. It will be higher than anyone in the page. Not showing relative out of box selective. Okay, let me declare it here first. Let's see index. 100. Oh, sorry, I've seen the mistake. I'm actually adding px to it, that's why it's not showing. It's my fault. Can you see that it's showing now?
Yes.
So now, but the it's kind of fainted at the bottom here, so let's just do something. Let's increase the thickness by reducing this 25 here to 15, and this guy here to like 6, and the color here a little bit darker. Let's see how it goes. Do you see that?
Yes.
So the thickness is too much, so let me reduce this 5 to 2. Okay, can we see that?
Yes.
All right, so let's stop here. And I believe with what we've done here today, we should be able to analyze any web page and design it the way it should be, right?
Yes.
All right, let's bring this class to an end tonight till next week. But before that next week, just know that you'll be doing your assignment. All
Okay.
right, have any question before we round up?
No.
Any question from anybody?
I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
I just want to ask, it's kind of rude somehow, but I'm sorry if it sounds rude. Just want to ask how many years experience you've had like in this field. Because you're so good at all you do.
And actually, it's just for you to understand what you have to do. Though I've been developing websites in 2017.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We do appreciate.
All right, so this thing I'm actually teaching you, when I started out, I started on my own, and I didn't really have anybody to tell me this what you do, this what you don't do. So this actually took me some years to actually master. But for
Oh,
you now, is to be easier for you to master it. You don't need to have like spend years before you master them.
yeah.
All right, any other question? Any other question? I guess no question, so we can bring this class on hand today till what's today? I think today is Tuesday, right?
Yes.
No, Wednesday.
No, today is Wednesday.
All
Wednesday.
right, so till next week. Now next week we'll be going higher beyond this level we did this week. It will be higher than this one, and it will be more interesting even than this ones. So have a wonderful nice rest till next week. We'll be communicating in the group chat, and any assignment we'll be dropping it in the group chat for you. All
Please,
right.
when will this video be online, sir?
I'll do my best. If I can work on it tonight, I will do my best to put it online tomorrow morning.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And the one we did yesterday too will be online together. All right, let's bring to an end.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir, and mass.
Sir, that's 3 videos, huh? That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.